What is up, enthusiasts? It is Cedar Flags here, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So it is currently June 29th, 2023, and to say the least, we know a lot more about Dragster than we did even about a week ago. I mean, we are really starting to get to that point where we are getting constant updates every other day. So without a doubt, expect some pretty big updates in the upcoming weeks. Anyways, what am I talking about for the uninitiated? We are talking about Top Thrill Dragster and its remodelation project. This original Stratocoaster was originally one of the most famous roller coasters on the planet, and ever since its announcement that it was going to be removed, a lot of people were on ears, and as we now see, this ride isn't going to be removed, but renovated into a completely new Frankenstein-style coaster. And since last time we know a lot more, so let's just get right into it, because we have a lot to talk about today. So let's get into it. From a brand new color scheme to track and pieces even arriving, let's get right into the video. This is Cedar Flags, and today we are going to be talking about Top Thrill Dragster once again. Alright, so something I want to start off with is a few days ago, people saw that they were starting to paint the supports that were on the top hat. Now, there were some supports that were removed over time, but these supports, including the top hat supports, were never removed and never really touched. Until a few days ago when we saw workers on top of there working on it, and we saw that a few of the supports, as the supports used to be white and yellow, and now they sport this very nice, sharp, and modern gray. Now, this is a prediction I actually got right. Yeah, unbelievable, right? Anyways, in my No Limits 2 creations, I have the supports as gray. I don't know why, but I always had a hunch. I feel like that would be a modern way to go. Even though yellow is iconic for this ride, it's just very 2000s at the same time. And in my No Limits 2 recreation of what I think is going to happen, both editions, I had it as gray supports. This confirms that the support structure, at least for part of the ride, is going to be light gray. And something else that's very interesting a part of this is the fact that we don't know what the top hat is going to be. There are a few pieces of equipment and people that have been spotted on the ride's top hat recently, but we don't know what that exactly entails. Could it mean that they are just going to start putting pieces by the top hat and they're not going to touch the top hat? Or are they going to paint it gray? Personally, I think that they are going to paint it gray. I would expect the remainder of the low to the ground supports to being painted gray, and the top hat to be a very good possibility as well. But believe it or not, that is not even the most important thing we're going to talk about in this video, because we have a shipment of track and supports that have arrived. So let's get right to that. So, in this next part of the video, I want to talk about a very new update coming from Cedar Point's property. So, there is a fenced-off area on the mainland outside of the park right next to the Cedar Point Express Hotel and across the street from Castaway Bay. So, there's this area, and when Trek is coming to Cedar Point, it is usually coming in this area. And what do we have it here? We have a lot of new supplies that are located in this area, most of them the color gray. So let's talk about this, because this is a very important part of the story and something that's going to change these updates from now on. So what do we have here? Well, we obviously have an abundance of supports. Now, as you can see, these new supports seem to be for the bottom of the top hat, so you might be asking yourself, why are they putting new supports on the ride? Well, this is probably for newly profiled areas. So let's say that they're going to change the profiling up the top hat, they're going to have to change the supports as well. And I would assume with a completely new track type involved and possibly even a new manufacturer, they're going to change a few things on this ride before they have it completely going again. But something that's very important is the track. A lot of people have been looking at the track when it comes to this picture and these concepts by themselves, so why are people looking at the track? Well, first of all, it is a pretty whitish gray, which I honestly do like that color scheme, but I don't know if it's going to be a part of the entire ride. Anyways, this does not look like Intamin track, which is kind of a curveball for a lot of people. A lot of people are like, this ride is going to be an Intamin 100%, and I was even on board with this being an Intamin for a while. Now, I was tossed between Intamin and Zamperla, and even the possibility of SNS, but this seems to be a Zamperla style track. What I would assume is this is some of the pieces of the track that was shipped off to Italy, possibly the headquarters of Zamperla, to be looked at and shipped back to the United States. Now that is only a possibility, but from now on, I would definitely see Zamperla doing this as opposed to anyone else. I could honestly see this being a Zamperla at this point, and from now on, that's going to be my main prediction. So the question remains, could this still be as good of a coaster if it isn't an Intamin? I honestly think so, but I think it's going to be hard. They're going to need more than just a stationary spike to make it even more impressive. So to end off the video, I have a little bit of a bonus prediction. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we are going to see a lot of stuff ramp up in the next few weeks, and this is just because it is getting to that point. It is late June leading into July, and this is around the time that Cedar Point and Cedar Fair start to tease their new creations. So I could easily start to see teasing along with this in the next 2 weeks. So let me know when you think that's going to be, and let me know what you think about the changes. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to be the manufacturer behind this, whether it be Zamperla or someone else. Until next time, check out the link in my description for many other links, including my other social media and my merchandise. And if you haven't already, click that like and subscribe button, and until next time, this is Cedar Flags, and I will see you all later.